What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Yeah, what's shaking, guys? How you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers. Of course, man. Y'all knew this. Y'all knew.
So we did the Heart Part 5, right? And you guys blew us up on Deaf to Radio, man. We put a post up on Deaf to Radio saying, hey, you know, we're going to do a couple songs from the album.
Yep.
We can't do the whole album on there, but we said we'll do, maybe one or two. And Father Time came up.
We Cry Together was big.
We Cry Together was a big one.
Savior's,
that N95, right?
N95. And Savior started to make some, by the time we were done looking, because I know we're still getting requests as we were filming this, by the time we were done looking, Savior was really moving up and making some waves, man. But Father Time and We Cry Together, I think, were like neck and neck. And
Mother, I'm Sober. I saw that
a
couple
yes.
times.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Saw that a couple times, yeah.
Mother, I Sober was huge as well. So like, actually, I would put that maybe neck and neck with the second one, which is We Cry Together. Yeah, I'm sorry. Mother, I Sober. Thank you for mentioning that. So thank you for everybody that sent those requests to us. We appreciate it. Guys, that's where we're going to be for the most part as far as like taking requests. We're going to be on Deaf to Radio the vast majority of the time. We'll look at the comment section and other platforms to kind of see what you guys want us to do. But definitely, if you guys want your requests to get out there, to be seen, to kind of to sway us one way or the other, please join us on Deaf to Radio. And we'll kind of field your requests from there. And yeah, man, we had to let's go. This is Kendrick. Man. There's not really much else that we need to say. This album is destroying the internet right now, killing the internet. Father Time is the one that made moves for us on our platform. So let's rock, man. Kendrick Lamar, Father Time, featuring Sampha.
You sound stupid as fuck.
Shit, everybody's stupid.
Yeah, well, you need to talk to somebody. Reach out to Eckhart.
You know, hold on a second. Before we get into it, I gotta touch on that because he's saying in the background, he's his girl. I'm guessing the person is playing his girl. Something like, "Hey, you really need some therapy." He's like, "I don't need no therapy." You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? What's funny about that is he was like, "Shit, everybody's stupid." What's funny about that is I can totally see that conversation happening. You know,
lived it.
Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't need no damn therapy. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
it's such a stigma.
It's such a stigma, but even more than that, I feel like the knee-jerk reaction is saying, man, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't need no therapy, because the person telling you that, if anybody need therapy, is your motherfucking ass. You know what I mean? So it's like that's almost like the undertone to it. Like, you're telling me that I'm crazy and you're perfect, even though that's not what she said. But that's the way I feel like people take it.
Yeah.
When they say you need some therapy, because it's usually when it's never you having a good ass time and we kicking it and we at the Maldives Islands and shit. And motherfuckers be like, you need some therapy. Nobody says that. They say it when you're in the middle of an argument.
But that's a good angle though. Yeah, for everybody listening, especially when it comes to black people, man. Tell people you need therapy when they're doing some amazing shit.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
Hey, man, you're doing great. And man, if you want to throw some therapy in there just to keep the momentum going for your greatness,
there you go.
That's a great angle.
Because it doesn't usually happen that way. It's always when some shit went fucked up.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, well, you need to talk to somebody. Reach out to Eckhart.
I come from a generation of home invasions, and I got daddy issues, that's on me. Everything them four walls that taught me, may habits buried deep. That man knew a lot, but not enough to keep me past them streets. My life is a plot, twisted from directions that I can't see. Daddy issues all across my head, told me fuck a foul, I'm teary-eyed. Wanna throw my hands, I won't think out loud, a foolish pride. If I lose again, won't go in the house, I stayed outside. Laughing with my friends, they don't know my life. Daddy issues made me learn losses, I don't take those well. Mama said that boy is exhausted, he said go fuck yourself. If he give up now, that's gon' cost him. Life's a bitch, you could be a bitch or step out the margin. I got up quick, I'm charging baskets and falling backwards, trying to keep balance. Oh, this the part where mental stability meets talent. Oh, this the part he breaks my humility just for practice. Tactics we learn together, sore losers forever. Daddy issues.
Early morning wake ups, practicing on day offs. Tough love, bottled up, no.
Yeah, buddy. You got something to talk about on this one.
This is Kendrick, man. This is what Kendrick does, man.
Yeah. Can certainly identify with what he's talking about in these lyrics, man. And I know everybody that I grew up with and that was in my circumference growing up can identify with this.
I come from a generation of home invasions. I got daddy issues. Song is called Father Time, but he picked I got daddy issues. That's on me. I thought that was very interesting because as I think about that, I'm like, does he mean that literally as like gang shit? He grew up around gangs and seeing home invasions literally? Is that the literal sense of what he's saying? Or is he saying from a child's perspective, I come from a generation of home invasions as in absent fathers, and you see that as from a child's point of view, if your mother starts dating another man, that could be looked at as a home invader. Like you reckon up a happy home. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not my daddy, motherfucker.
I got you.
You're not my daddy, motherfucker. That could be a reach. But
That'd be crazy though. But yeah.
But from a child's perspective, I mean, there's always like, resentment to that other man coming in trying to play daddy.
Yeah.
Because y'all got daddy issues, so that's on me. So that's the only reason why I took it that way, maybe. Or maybe it just means, dude, I come from a generation of killing. You know what I mean?
It's a broken generation.
Yeah,
broken generation, home invasions. Just replace home invasions with just street shit, just bad influences, violence, poverty. I think that's symbolic of that. But that's interesting, though, your take, though. I ain't gonna lie.
that could be a reach, though. That could be a reach.
Yeah, that's fire, though. You know what I'm saying? I love the thought process that you took us through there. It's interesting that the song is titled Father Time, and he's talking about what seems to be his father and the sort of the teachings from his father, whether good or whether bad, right? And in time, how those teachers have sort of shaped him as a man.
Yep.
That's how I'm taking the title Father Time. Because it looks like he was taking you through a few different things. Like, I think just something as simple as maybe a basketball game with his dad, right?
Yeah.
But it's a life lesson that his dad was teaching him in playing basketball with him, right? He said specifically, I'm charging a basket, I'm falling backwards, trying to keep balance. And his dad saying, fuck a foul, stop crying. You know what I'm saying? If any sort of showing of emotion or of any kind is looked at as weak, right?
Yep.
So in this weakness isn't going to help you in life, especially where they come from. When he said, I came from a generation of home invasions, it's interesting that his father is teaching him these sort of ways, to shield emotion, to harbor any sort of emotion that could show signs of weakness.
Yep.
But his father's in a tough position because his father's a part of like a generational curse, right?
Yep.
Generational curses means that he came up in an environment where if you showed weakness, that's it. It was feast or famine, right? Or you were a lamb or you were the lion.
Yeah,
right?
man.
So it's
either
like
you were a shark or you bait.
So it's like I can't have my son come up. I understand where I am. I can't have my son grow up in an area being soft or appearing to be soft when really it's not being soft. It's a showcase of your full spectrum of humanity to be in touch with your emotions and all this other stuff, man. It doesn't make you weak to show emotion, but his father's in a catch-22 in that I have to teach him how to be tough because this environment is tough.
Yep.
So it's like when people say generational curses, it's like it's a cycle because it's hard to get out of it.
Yep.
That's where I'm at so far with the song, but
I love that, man.
Very, very relatable.
I want to go back to that fuck a foul line really quick, though, when you said that, because I agree with that, because he's talking about, basketball, but it's almost basketball. He's using basketball as a life lesson, right? This is how life is. Life ain't fair, motherfucker. And so fuck a foul. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm teary-eyed, wanting to throw hands, and I won't think out loud. I think that's a cold-ass line because you could easily get upset and frustrated when things don't go your way. If you get fouled, you're upset. You can go to throwing hands, but that's your father. I'll beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna win that. But I won't think out loud. I won't use my communication. I won't use my brain to get out of situations. That's a cold ass life lesson, man. Yeah. You're not gonna be able to beat everybody with brute force. That's what separates us from animals.
Yeah.
You need to be able to communicate well and think out loud. I thought that was a cold ass
Very
line.
excellent line, man. And then, fuck a foul too, man. It's just like, life's gonna throw, it's hard. Life is hard. You fight, you're going against an opponent that you can't beat right now. So what do? You're gonna quit, you're gonna cry about it, or you're gonna fight through it and in this case maybe get better or work through it and just persevere through it and I'm charging baskets and fighting through whatever situations or barriers come at you in life, right? That's kind of what his dad was aiming to teach him. Like, when the going gets tough, man, are you gonna fold?
Yep.
Or are you gonna push through and you're gonna fight?
That's a simple way to teach a child to how to overcome adversity in life. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yeah, Mama said that boy's exhausted. He said, "Go fuck yourself." If I give up now, that's gonna cost him. Life's a bitch. That's literally just kind of what we're saying. Like, his mama's probably watching, because how I'm picturing it is his mom's seeing his dad run him through the gauntlet. Being pretty hard on him while they're playing basketball, and his mom like, "Yo, go easy on him." No, life ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Life's a bitch. If I let him loose now, if I let him slide now, he's gonna pay for it later. And it's gonna manifest itself in other ways later, because the first sign of adversity, he's gonna fold. So again, that's just beautiful writing. Then after that, he says, "My life is a plot twisted from directions that I can't see." So it's interesting that his dad gives him this foundation of that I think could really help him, right? Like this foundation of just sort of fighting and getting past adversity as it comes. These basketball and being tough on him in different circumstances is to get him prepared for life, which can be very helpful, right? Like the losses, I don't take them well. The competitive nature that you learn can help you in life. But he said, "My life is a plot twisted from different directions I can't see." So although it's helpful to me, I think, and
it's hurtful too.
How I think this song is gonna go and how it seems to be going is it's hurting me. So there's a plot here, and in some ways this plot is working in my favor, but I can't even see how it's impacting me. I can't see the twist in this sort of way of thinking, right?
Or the damages it could be causing later
in life. So I
Mm-hmm.
thought that line, I think, played into that, which is very, very, very well written and true. We'll probably go back and touch a little bit more, but so far, just real and very needed.
Yeah, Kendrick, man.
Yeah, very needed, man. Let's keep it going. Great choice, guys. Great suggestion for us.
Tactics we learn together, sore losers forever, daddy
Early
issues.
morning wake ups, practicing on day offs. Tough love, bottled up, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase. Early morning wake ups, practicing on day offs. Tough love, bottled up, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I
I'm sorry, man.
I got daddy issues.
Before we get into the next verse, I gotta pause it, man. Even that chorus, I don't like the way that chorus sounds. I just want to be honest about that. But there's so much depth in that chorus. He was like early morning wake ups, practicing on days off. Who the fuck practices on days off? You know what I'm saying? It's
Ain't
my
no
day
days
off,
off.
man. It's my day off. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. Yeah, no, it's Kobe. Yep, Kobe, the Mamba. Tough love, man. Bottled up, no chaser, right? No sugarcoating it, man. This is life, man. If you want to survive in this world, it's going to be tough, man. You're going to have to outwork everybody. You have to wake up early. You got to work up earlier than everybody else. You have to work harder than everybody else. It's gonna be tough. It's a tough love out there, right? You know, chaser. I wish I could sugarcoat it for you, son. But life's a motherfucking bitch, man. That's just what it is.
But at what cost, right? That's kind of what Kendrick is saying. It does come at a cost. You know what I'm saying? And he started this song by saying, you know, I guess I'm assuming he was talking to his girl or whoever the case may be, or someone that he's close to, like we were talking about, Ryan, and they mentioned that he needs therapy. You know what I'm saying? Bottled up, no chaser. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough love, and it can be looked at as you're bottling up whatever comes with that tough love.
Yeah.
No chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I
I got daddy issues, that's on me. Looking for I love you, really empathizing for my relief. A child that grew accustomed, jumping up when I scrape my knee. Cause if I cried about it, he surely tell me not to be weak. Daddy issues, hit my emotions, never express myself. Man should never show feelings, being sensitive never helped. His mama died, I asked him why he going back to work so soon. His first reply was, son, that's life, and bills got no silver spoon. Daddy issues, fuck everybody. Go get your money, son, protect yourself. Trust nobody, only your mama knows. This made relationships seem cloudy, never attached to none. So if you took some likings around me, I might reject the love. Daddy issues kept me competitive, that's a fact, nigga. I don't give a fuck what's the narrative. I am that nigga. When Kanye got back with Drake, I was slightly confused. Guess I'm not mature as I think, got some healing to do. Egotistic, zero giving fucks, and to be specific, need assistance with the way I was brought up. What's the difference when your heart is made of stone, and your mind is made of gold, and your tongue is made of sword, but it may weaken your soul.
Let's
We're
gonna have to stop it right there. I know he was almost done, but
Yeah, buddy.
That was a lot.
This motherfucker describing my life.
real shit.
This was my father, man. My father, man, I really didn't. I think I told you this, man. I didn't know he really loved me until like when he was about to die. It's okay if you don't like me. Hell, I don't even know if I like you, but you will respect me. That was my father. That was my father.
Denzel and Fences and shit.
That was my father, man. You know, so and I feel like he saw it as a sign of weakness to tell you. My father was not the type of person like, you know, son, I love you. He ain't never said no shit like that. Well, he did say that before he died, but it took a life-ending cancer for him to finally break down and be like, you know, son, I love you. You know, isn't that crazy?
Yep.
It's crazy. It's dysfunctional in a way, man. So anyway, but
that line right there, Ryan, looking for I love you, rarely empathizing for my relief.
So I feel like when he says that his mom died and he asked about his father, why did he go back to work so soon? And he was just like, dude, son, that's life. And the Bills ain't got no silver spoon. He just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying?
We're talking about the death of his mother.
Right.
One of the most important figures ever that will ever be a part of his life. And I don't even have time to mourn her. I got to get back to the money. Go get your money, son. Mm-hmm. How that can sort of impact a child's development, right? Emotionally.
Daddy issues. Fuck everybody. Get your money, son. Protect yourself. Trust nobody. Only your mama and them. So he's teaching him a cold, callous way of surviving in life that could probably push you to be successful, but also teach you to be cold, you know?
Right.
And not have the empathy that you spoke about earlier, man. So,
and it depends on what the way you think of success, right? It probably can give you some sort of drive to be successful in terms of like your career, but successful in relationships,
correct?
Maybe not so much, you know, which is where I feel like Kendrick is going with this. What's the difference when your heart is made of stone and your mind is made of gold and the tongue is made of a sword? But it may weaken your soul.
That's hard.
It's pretty much, you know, it's very poetically written, but it's pretty much tying into what we've been saying, man. When your heart is made of stone, when you're cold-hearted, right? Mm-hmm. Stone. You have a cold heart and your mind is made of gold. Your mind is made of gold. Like, it's valuable. And your tongue is made of a sword. You have a sharp tongue. You cut deep. You're cold. You're callous.
What comes out your mouth, what you say to people,
it can
very
cut
hurtful.
deep. It can be hurtful to people, right? You know, but it may weaken your soul. So it's like you have all this potential and you have greatness, which is the playing on the mind is made of gold. But how you conduct yourself as a human being and these things that I think make a complete human, empathy, you know, and compassion are lacking, right? So what happens is, man, you struggle with building these relationships, man, and you know it makes you a cold, callous person, man.
It does.
You know, you lose your humanity to a sense, man, and it weakens your soul.
I don't give a fuck what the narrative is. I'm that nigga. Because he said he brought up the Kanye and Drake shit. You know, he was slightly confused because he's I guess I'm not as mature as I think. He's I got some healing to do because I wouldn't have been able to mend that relationship between Kanye and Drake like they did. You're supposed to want to forgive, right? In mend relationships, right? But he's like, yeah, I guess I'm not as mature as I think.
Some work to do.
Because that wouldn't have been me, you know? And that speaks to the whole undertone of the song. Macho pride, egotistical.
Hyper-masculinity and all that.
Fuck that. I even do that shit on the channel sometimes.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
man.
damn, you know? Because we do rock and metal and shit. Now, you know, I'll say some shit like, yeah, that shit is it's too soft. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Stop it. George be trying to, you know, calm me down a little bit.
Yeah, man. But I'm a victim of it too. And you know, sometimes on the channel and in my personal life, like there's a certain sort of this feeling that I have to uphold this masquerade of what I think a man is, this tough, you know, this tough exterior, because I don't want to come off soft or weak. You know what I mean? So I think that's what Kendrick's trying to do. He's trying to tear down these ideologies of what the Black people have sort of created as what makes a man a man. Mm-hmm. Do we get Kendrick smoking on your top fives, man, if we don't get that, right? Do we get him smoking on your top fives? Do we get him... Yeah. Do we get this work of art if he doesn't feel like he's that guy?
That's true.
Right? Do we get this level of just detail? Do we get this level of dedication to creating the best art possible if he doesn't have that competitive nature? And I think that speaks to sort of the duality of what he's talking about. He said that man knew a lot, but not enough to keep me past them streets. So his dad didn't know everything. And ultimately, you know, he went down a path that could have led to his demise or his destruction, right?
Yep.
So his dad taught him how to maybe survive in the streets, but maybe not how to avoid the streets. And maybe, you know, a different perspective, maybe a more balanced perspective could have kept him away from that. but he was maybe trying to uphold things that made him feel like more of a man, which is maybe joining a gang and all this other stuff to make himself feel like more of a man. So that's just something interesting that I wanna chew on. But let's keep it going, man. We can go all day, man. This is why we couldn't do an album review.
When your heart is made of stone and your mind is made of gold and your tongue is made of sword, but it may weaken your soul. My niggas ain't got no daddy. Grow up overcompensating. Learn shit about being a man in disguise as being gangster. I love my father for telling me to take off the gloves. Cause everything he didn't want was everything I was. And to my partners that figured it out without a father, I salute you. May your blessings be neutral to your toddlers. It's crucial. They can't stop us if we see the mistakes. Till then, let's give the women a break. Grown men with daddy issues.
Yeah, that's hard.
You kind of just come on basic to me.
Early morning wake ups, practicing on day offs. Tough love, bottled up, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need, no chase I need.
Yeah, dude, that's another incredible project, man.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
And so needed.
Another incredible song. I say a project, but I'm sure the project is incredible. But, dude, incredible song, man.
Yeah, so needed, man. Just vulnerable. You know, this is a level of vulnerability, man, that we don't see a lot in hip hop. And I think even just when we think of the songs we like, the hip hop we like, and the big boy talk and all that, talk about the Jews and how, you know, the bravado, I think is I think the foundation of that is daddy issues. Like, you know what I mean? We're scared to have these types of conversations and talk about these things because we think, or even like these types of things because we think it makes us look weak and soft, and it's reflecting in the music.
I love my father for telling me to take the gloves off because everything he didn't want was everything I was. He wanted me to be this, this beast out here, and I'm a beast in a different way. I'm a beast in a creative way, artistic way, and I'm killing it the way we all should be wanting to kill a game, not on some physical shit. That's the way I'm taking that line, and I thought that was beautiful. I could be off, but I love that line for that because that's the way it's
a powerful line.
I interpret it.
I love that he addressed the guys without fathers, though. My dudes ain't got no daddy. Grow up, overcompensate, and learn shit about being a man and disguise it as being gangster. That is just so
hard.
That's it. That's it. Because I know anybody who grows up in a certain environment, y'all know what that is.
Daddy issues typically that I've seen was absentee fathers.
Yes. Yep. And I didn't know until I grew up, man, how abnormal that the situation of absentee fatherhood was. I didn't even know. Like everyone I knew, myself and everyone that I grew up with, for the most part, man, that was in my circumference, didn't have their father in their life. That was the norm, And now, as a grown man, understanding that's not okay. And how he ended the song was, till then, let's give the women a break. Grown men with daddy issues. He's talking about the fact that, showing any type of emotion, being emotionally available, and rejecting love is part of how he was raised, but how that impacts the women that he's in relationships with.
Yep.
Part of being a man is understanding how to show love to a woman, right?
Yep.
So I love how he tied that in. You know what I'm saying? He just checked a lot of boxes that needed to be checked.
I love it, man, because he said it's crucial. Before he went into let's give the women a break, he said it's crucial. They can't stop us if we see the mistakes. So if you know the mistakes you're making, you can fix them, right? We can always change our trajectory if we understand what the issues are. The bottom line is we all could use therapy.
Everybody.
We all can use therapy.
and our problems, man, and our problems create problems for other people.
Yes, it does.
Us not addressing these issues that are holding us back affect the women in our lives, affect our friends, affect the people around us.
Children, everybody.
Yeah, not everybody needs therapy, right? And now when we talk about generational curses, going back to that, we're talking about constantly passing down these things, these sort of dysfunctional ways of thinking to our children. And when he said with the toddler line, right? I salute you. May your blessings be neutral to your toddlers, right? Don't pass that bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You learn down to your kids, man. Don't break the curse, break the cycle of just the mindset, So it's just important, man, specifically, man, to urban youth, man, black people coming up. This is what it is, man.
Yeah, man.
This is just what we go through. And it's a big problem as to why there hasn't been advancement in that community, man. So it's important. I'm starting to see what his seems to be his goal is for this album because
it's beautiful.
Even the tap dancing or the stepping, it sounded like tap dancing.
It did sound like tap dancing.
When I think of Mr. Morale, when you think of morale, the word morale means having sort of an enthusiasm and having a positive sort of, outlook. You know what I'm saying? Having the good morale, positive outlook, enthusiastic, confident. In the Big Steppers, I think that means, and how I'm taking it based off of the heart and now listening to this is the Big Steppers is actually slang. Like Steppers actually is some street shit too.
Yeah.
But I think he's trying to turn which is a street connotation into something more about just facing these traumas and stepping towards correcting them, right? Stepping towards elevating yourself and healing yourself.
This is perfect for us, man. It really is,
because
man.
it's so needed. And there's always been an undertone, man. And I know the people who are from the cloth. I know y'all see it. I know y'all know there's an undertone with this channel, man. Being open-minded free thinkers and have and doing certain artists, man. We know we ain't gonna get no views. We know ain't no motherfuckers ain't we know it probably won't benefit us. Monetarily to do these artists, but we do certain artists, we do certain things because we think it's good for hip hop. But even deeper than that, man, I think some of these artists,
it's good for the world.
It's good for society.
Yeah,
to hear for the kids to look up to certain artists that are talking about something real that can be helpful in life. I think that's kind of what I'm seeing from.
Yeah, man.
That's what you would expect from someone in his position. J. Cole, same thing. These guys are really trying to heal. I mean, it's big, it's deeper than music.
Yeah, dude. You gotta have direction, man.
Yeah.
You gotta have direction.
But our channel, man, was always, in our own way. We didn't want to come off like the preachy old head. But sometimes we did. But it was our own contributions to society and how we moved on with this channel. Is because of what Kendrick is talking about in this song, man. So salute, man.
Dude, that was dope.
He's one of the greats for a reason. Salute to everybody that requested that. Give us some more off the album, man. Like I said, we'll try to do a couple more. We ain't gonna do the whole album. That's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost to Vegas.
We out.